I think we can all agree, anime in general has a very unique structure that other shows from other mediums don't usually have, and there really is a certain charm to it, whether it be the unique animation styles, deep storylines, or just the over-the-top scenes. My question is, what would happen if a video game took all of these things in stride and incorporated them into itself? Hello everyone, this is the RPG Monger, and I understand that this video is going to be a bit different from my usual content, as if you don't want to watch it, I understand. I'll still be making my normal anime videos as always, but at least for today, I want to talk about a game that really takes so many qualities from anime, to the point of it being an anime in game form. This game, of course, is Persona 5. Now, from the get-go, Persona 5 is heavily inspired by the pop culture around it. Like, come on, I'm not crazy here. It even makes a JoJo reference in the game. Not to mention just the use of tarot cards and personas in general being inspired by JoJo, but that's for another day. Before I delve too deep into the game, I have to talk about how its story from a base level is nearly exact of what you'd find in an anime. Now, first things first, the trope of having a deep dark backstory for characters is really something that's commonplace in action anime, with every new protagonist being introduced having an extremely dark or intricate backstory as to build a character from the get-go and make them likable to the viewer. Persona 5 does this exact thing, making its storyline intricate from the beginning, with every successive protagonist being basically rejects in society in some form, really making them the epitome of being likable. But yes, let me make a quick note here saying that yeah, I have not played the other Persona games, and I may say some things that are probably in the other games too, so bear with me here. Back to the topic at hand, however, anime has a crap ton of tropes. This is common knowledge at this point, and a lot of the time, they can just get redundant. In Persona 5, however, the storyline is packed to the brim with these exact same tropes, but you know what? It only strengthens the game. Why is this though? Well, it's pretty simple. The tropes are balanced. Like for example with the kind-hearted delinquent or the obsessive artist. What makes these characters not just the same copy-paste archetypes is that there is more to them than just their initial defining traits. Like, I'm being serious. Some of the big shonen anime nowadays need to be taking notes, because I see so many characters who just fall into the abyss of bad cliches and tropes by having nothing else that defines them. Though, I don't want to dwell too much on the character archetypes of the game. Let's move on to something else. The aesthetic of Persona 5 off the bat is so reminiscent of works like those from Studio Trigger, for example, like just the opening of the game, which, can I say as a side note here, has got to be one of the best openings to any game I've ever played. Like, just as an example, with the little sequence as the day passes, I don't know about you, but it heavily reminded me of Death's Room from Soul Eater, with that certain style of clouds. But even more than that, and you're gonna hear me harken back to this quite a bit, the over-dramatization of mundane things reminds me so much of JoJo. Like, even when you open the pause menu, there's a brisk pose animation. The similarities are practically uncanny, and it only adds to the mixed bag of anime Persona 5 seems to take inspiration from. Like, 1 second, everything could seem like your normal slice-of-life school anime. You know, aside from the fact you can call a maid to your house that is also your teacher, but then the next second, you're in a desert fighting this fun friend. Truly, at this point, we can all see that Persona 5 is an anime in game form. But where an anime is hindered by its genres, episode count, and budget, Persona 5 in the video game format takes bounds and strides past those limitations, and really becomes an experience that could appeal to nearly everyone. Oh, and funnily enough, while it may not be much, Persona 5 actually has a single episode anime for it that further shows how if you just flipped a switch and transferred Persona 5 over into an anime, it would work just fine. Some final thoughts though, however, on Persona 5 as a whole. In my honest opinion, part of what makes plots like these so great and popular among the community is what I like to call the messed up meter. Basically, it's just how screwed up and dark the plot can get, and Persona 5 is through the roof in that regard. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but nearly all mega popular RPGs follow that exact formula, but that's just me rambling there. In the end, Persona 5 is one of the best RPGs I've played in the longest time, because it takes everything I love about anime and makes it into a game. Wow guys, who would have thought the RPG Monger actually talked about an RPG for once? I'm sure that I'll lose people as a result of this video, but if I entertained at least one person out there, then this video was a win for me. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, do subscribe, and today's cool thing of the day is just the entire soundtrack of Persona 5. Like, I swear, the funk levels are off the charts in this game, and it only enhances the experience, and I'm not gonna lie. It may or may not be all I've been listening to for these past few days. Though that being said, I'm the RPG Monger, and don't forget that each and every one of you are fantastic.